and rank authorities embark on repairing flood-destroyed roads to facilitate services in the area. Hello, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Ssbc with me, Matiang Joseph. Pakistan expresses its unwavering commitment and readiness to venturing into military cooperation and capacity building of SSBDF as part of bolstering relations between the two countries. The Pakistan consul Shadat paid a courtesy call on the Presidential Advisor on National Security Affairs, Tud Galwak, says the meeting centered on strengthening bilateral relations, peace implementation, and the ongoing Tumaini initiative in Nairobi, Kenya.
And we have discussed military cooperation and training, and also we have discussed the bilateral uh, relation to enhance, and we had a detailed discussion on the training of the South Sudan armed forces, and we agreed to cooperate uh, to build and train the South Sudan armed forces. And we have also passed the message of our uh, President of Pakistan to His Excellency of the President of the Republic of South Sudan. And we have discussed military cooperation and training, and also we have discussed the bilateral uh, relation to enhance, and we had a detailed discussion on the training of the South Sudan armed forces, and we agreed to cooperate uh, to build and train the South Sudan armed forces. And we have also passed the message of our uh, President of Pakistan to His Excellency of the.
Now reverting your attention to the country's economic situation, Public Financial Management Oversight Committee meeting chaired by the Minister of Federal Affairs, Lasuba Wango, listened to a presentation by the Governor of the Bank of South Sudan on the key drivers of inflation in South Sudan and how to control the exchange rate of the South Sudanese pounds against the dollar as the country grapples with the economic crisis. Briefing the media after the meeting, Minister Wango says members listened to the challenges facing the Bank of South Sudan, which it says the governor has recommended a strengthening monetary policy and curb fiscal dominance and monitoring exchange rate fluctuation and their impact on inflation. Wango says the chairperson of the Anti-Corruption Commission cited inadequate financing as a major challenge depriving the Commission from the carrying out its mandate effectively.
One of the agenda was to look in on the presentation which is given by the Bank of South Sudan governor. The presentation specifically was about controlling the inflation and the exchange rate fluctuations, and number two, it also discussed about a justification for issues related to the auction of foreign bureaus. Number three, we also discussed about the fiscal trends which are related to the period between January and December 2024. And the presentation from the governor of the bank was clearly to look into how the bank can help in the challenges that the population, the people of South Sudan are undergoing, and how they can ensure that we have reduced the fluctuations and the inflation rates, and as well as controlling the exchange rate in the market. We also had a presentation from the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Finance in reference to the finances that were disbursed to the electoral commissions, and he gave us a briefing on that, and we're yet to conclude on which institutions actually got what specifically. And the other presentation was from the Anti-Corruption Commission, which is one of the accountability institutions mandated to investigate issues of corruption, and he also, with the powers that are given to them, to prosecute those issues. The presentation was welcomed by the Oversight Committee, and we actually recommended that it is important that these institutions, particularly the Anti-Corruption Commission, should be able to get funding to support its activities, as well as expanding its activities from the national capital here, Juba, to the states. We have today also received Commissioner General of the South Sudan Revenue Authority for the first time, and we welcomed him to the Oversight Committee. He was given an opportunity to give a briefing to the Oversight Committee members, and he highlighted the importance of SSRI in its functions to support the Ministry of Finance, and he also highlighted how he would be looking at reforming the institution and the commission in order to ensure that we have revenues that are generated go directly to the Ministry of Finance, as well as helping the country stabilize the challenges that we are.
Now, the government has instituted a committee to investigate the namely illegal border strike attributed to the issues to do with increased tariffs and more than 22 illegal checkpoints along the Juba-Nimule highway, leaving 3,000 trucks stranded. Following the meeting between Trade Minister Joseph Mom and the South Sudan Chamber of Commerce, Agriculture and Industry, the Acting Director General for External Trade, Agostino Kenyi, confirmed that truck drivers are refusing to cross into South Sudan. Deputy Chairperson of the Chamber of Commerce, John Lwal Akol, attributed the strike to non-tariff barriers and illegal tax collections by numerous government institutions, including organized forces along Juba-Nimule highway.
There is a sitting, around 3,000 vehicles are sitting in Elegu because of the strike. They did not want to come. They raise a lot of issues that a lot of NTB, non-tariff barrier, is existing between Nimule Road to Juba Road. Over 20 NTB road collection is happening between Nimule and Juba. And then this is the matter. We found it is a matter of national interest. There is no movement of vehicles between Nimule and Juba. So the Honorable Minister Joseph Moon Majak decided to call Chamber of Commerce, who is the overall umbrella of private sector, to come and sit together with the government so that we solve this issue immediately.
In our meeting, we have found out that the navigation of the goods to Juba has been affected by the NTBs, which are being conducted by the different institutions, including also some forces along the road. So we find out that we have to form this committee so we can go and collect the information, so we come out with the concrete evidence. So later we come and sit and we call these stakeholders so we can come and we stop all the things which are going up.
The Commissioner General of the South Sudan Revenue Authority, Simon Akwedeng, has clarified key changes in the new Financial Act 2024-2025, stressing the adaptation of the official Bank of South Sudan exchange rate replacing the fixed rate of 300 SSB from the previous act. Speaking during a sensitization meeting with the business community in Juba on the operationalization of the act, Simon highlighted the significance of this adjustment in fostering economic transparency and accountability within the financial institution of the country. Apologies for that sound bite without sound. Yes, we do apologize for that. From that story, we are going for a break. Stay tuned for more stories coming up.